What's happening? Welcome back, everybody. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about how Shaolin monks are able to get massive and extremely hard forearms. I don't know if any of you watching have ever seen a Shaolin monk show or demonstration, but just looking at those guys doing what they do, the kung fu, all the stunts, you can tell that they had insane training. You can tell that this was just their entire childhood was training, strength training, making their bodies hard. And one of the methods of training that they did to make specifically their forearms super hard was rice bucket training. Let's frickin' go. I got it right here. So this is, for those of you that are new to the channel, this is something that I just picked up recently. Just started doing it to improve my grip, improve my forearm strength, my forearm size, aestheticness. And it's fun and it's cool. It actually originated from the Shaolin Monks. So they started doing this training because they don't have a lot of money. They're limited to the resources and weight equipment and fitness equipment that they can use. So most of the training that they do is stuff like this, stuff that doesn't cost a lot. You know, they're in Asia, they're in China, pretty sure, right? Shaolin monks, that's China, isn't it? And they don't have a lot available to them, right? So rice is cheap. All you need for this is rice in a bucket. So super easy. And it's one of these exercises that the more you do it, the more it'll work your muscle group. So if you just keep doing this over and over again, that will compound. Those effects will compound. So this is something that you can do for a really long time if you're up for it. And like I said, the Shaolin monks, those guys train like animals, like savages. So from the research that I did online about the Shaolin monks doing rice bucket training, they would come out and basically line up all the students and just, from what I researched, it was more of an iron hands technique for them, not so much forearm building, although that was a byproduct of their training, of course. Their forearms got hard. What they were mainly doing it for is to toughen up their fist, I think, for Kung Fu. They were kind of doing iron fist, iron hand technique, but they also did a lot of the movements that we do now. You know, the twists, the squeezes, the open and squeezes. So that's how they did it. You know, they just did this over and over and over again, and the results speak for themselves. Those guys are no joke. And like I said, it's pretty cheap, you know. I bought this rice. It was 2 big bags, I think, for like 13 bucks each. And you can eat the rice when you're done with it. You know, that's a great thing. What I'll do is I'll usually do a couple movements, eat some, you know, get my carbs up, get some energy in me, do some more, eat some. So it's kind of like a superset if you think of it like that, right? You're doing the movement, getting a good workout in, and then right after that, even before your body has time to process what you just did, you're ingesting those carbs, you're ingesting those nutrients, which is basically doing a double effect on the body, right? It's a surprise attack. The Shaolin monks also did primarily bodyweight stuff. Like I said before, they really, you know, they don't really, as I understand it, they don't have a weight room or weights or a lot of fitness equipment that they can use. So they have to make do with what they have. So they do things like this. A lot of other exercises that I've seen them do is stuff like just body weight stuff. So pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, things with your body. And this is one of those things. So it's great for that. You know, if you're in a similar situation where you don't have access to weights, or you're too young to go to the gym, maybe you have a gym that only lets you in if you're 18 and above, get some rice, baby. Get some rice, start churning, you know. Go watch the video that I posted before this about rice bucket training. That one's a little bit more in depth about the actual movements and how you can start training if you're new to this. But just start moving, you know. You don't need to think too much about it. You don't need to get in your own head about, oh, like how much time do I need to do this movement for? Or this movement doesn't feel optimal. And that's all right, you know. Just start. That's the important thing. Just start, and you'll find your groove along the way. That's like all fitness, you know. Just start. Just do something. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be optimal. and it never will be. You know, I make a mistake every day in the gym. When I'm out here, I'm always making mistakes. But look at me. You know, I'm fine. I'm good to go. So I'm not perfect. You don't need to be perfect to start doing this. Don't be intimidated, you know, by, I mean, this shouldn't be intimidating, rice bucket training, but even going to the gym, if you're someone who, you know, has just started your fitness journey or wanting to start it, but you're a little shy or hesitant to do that, don't be. You know, there's nothing, everybody in there is in the same boat as you. Everybody that's at the gym, we're all just doing the same shit, trying to get more fit, improve our lives, improve our physical lives. So it's a community. So that was a little side tangent. But anyways, super impressive method of training that the Shaolin monks did to harden their forearms for not just Kung Fu, but other things, you know, tasks around the Shaolin temple that needed to be done. Having strong, hard, durable forearms and wrists and fingers and grip strength, it's not just for sports. You know, that transcends all areas of life. You can apply that to all areas of your life. Like I said, the monks, you know, walking around doing chores, I'm sure that made all those daily tasks easier, just being more fit and having better muscular endurance. So think about that. You know, this is an exercise not to improve just your fitness and athletic performance, but also your whole life. So that's kind of how I try to look at fitness endeavors, is it's not just something that's going to make me look better and perform better. This is something that's going to improve my mentality, improve my ability to perform daily tasks. This is an all-encompassing improvement to myself, all of my being. And I think that's the right mentality you got to adopt for training in general. Anyways, just wanted to share that little bit of research that I did on Shaolin monks and how they train their forearms with rice bucket training. I thought it was cool. I think this type of training is really cool. You know, that's why I'm doing it. It's different, it's unique, and it's a good change of pace from just going to the gym and lifting weights and doing the same thing over and over again. You know, you got to keep it fresh. You got to have some variety in your workouts, or else you're just going to go brain dead and get burned out. So I always try and keep it fun. You know, I posted a short the other day about how do I stay motivated to go train. This is a question that a lot of people ask me. How do you do the same thing over and over again every day? Get up in the morning, go to the gym. And I do it by having fun. You got to keep it fun. That's so much of the reason why I do this shit, is because I love it. This is fun to me. And it's fun because I make it fun. I take an active effort in making it enjoyable. You know, I could be out here and just going through the motions, but this shit's cool. You know, learning about the history of the Shaolin monks and how and why they developed this type of training, that's interesting to me. And that motivates me to have a little bit more vigor, a little bit more fire in my heart, in my eyes when I'm training. Anyways, kind of rambling there at the end, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching. Grab some rice, grab a bucket, post a video of you doing this training, tag me, let me know how it goes, and happy training. See you in the next one. Peace out.